Hello, Los Angeles Lakers fan. We're back with an exclusive video bringing you the latest updates. First of all, subscribe to the channel and like the video. It's crucial for you to stay informed with the news daily. Without further ado, let's get to the news. Whispers are growing loud around the NBA landscape, and they all seem to point in one electrifying direction. Jaylen Brown might be heading to the Los Angeles Lakers. While nothing has been confirmed officially, multiple sources close to this situation have started dropping breadcrumbs that suggest a blockbuster move could be in the works. The kind of move that shifts the balance of power in the Western Conference and sets fire to the off-season rumor mill. It's the kind of buzz that has fans glued to their screens, refreshing social media every few seconds, hoping for that famous "Woy bomb." Brown, who has been a cornerstone for the Boston Celtics alongside Jaylen Tatum, might just be ready for a new challenge. A new spotlight, and what better place to shine than under the bright lights of Hollywood? With the Lakers coming off a season that was filled with flashes of brilliance, but ended in disappointment, the front office is said to be hunger-starving, really for a fresh injection of elite talent. And Jaylen Brown, he's not just talent, he's a force, a two-way beast, and now, apparently, a name being tossed around with growing intensity behind the purple and gold curtains. Let's talk about the ripple effect this could have, because if Jaylen Brown really does land in Los Angeles, the NBA landscape is about to experience a serious aftershock. Think about it, LeBron James, even at 40, is still one of the sharpest minds in the game. Anthony Davis, when healthy, is a walking mismatch. Add Jaylen Brown into that mix. That's not just a big three, that's a tactical nightmare for opposing defenses. Sources close to some Lakers staff reportedly hinted that talks have been exploratory, but optimistic in NBA language. That often means both sides are quietly seeing how much smoke they can tolerate before someone lights the fire. Jaylen has had his fair share of ups and downs in Boston, but after a finals run and a taste of what it means to be so close, maybe he's looking for that final push in a new setting, the kind of environment where legends are made, where banners hang from the rafters like sacred scrolls. And if Brown wants legacy, the Lakers are the perfect place. Fans are already dreaming up jersey swaps and imagining him sprinting down the wing at Crypto.com Arena. This could be seismic. But of course, where there's potential fire, there's always smoke first, and the smoke, in this case, seems to be coming from both the front offices and the player camps. Jaylen Brown's team hasn't denied interest in Los Angeles. That in itself is telling. Normally, when a player wants to squash rumors, it happens quickly. A few tweets, a casual denial, maybe even a sarcastic emoji, but this time, radio silence instead. Those close to Brown have offered vague, almost poetic responses, with phrases like "he's focused on his journey and never say never." Translation: keep watching, keep speculating. Meanwhile, Lakers insiders, especially those plugged into the Rob Pelinka circle, have been unusually tight-lipped, which, to seasoned rumor watchers, is often a clue that something is brewing. No outright leaks, no enthusiastic denials, just calculated silence. It's the kind of silence that often precedes a splash. Fans in LA are buzzing. Media personalities are dropping cryptic hints, and suddenly, every move Brown makes on social media is being dissected like a State of the Union address. Liking a Lakers highlight, suspicious. Following a Lakers assistant coach on Instagram, downright suspicious. In this league, where perception often precedes reality, all signs point west. Behind the scenes, things appear to be moving with a quiet urgency. Several NBA insiders have started suggesting that preliminary talks may already involve names, numbers, and potential assets. One name that continues to pop up in the rumor circuit is Austin Reeves. He's a fan favorite in LA, young, talented, and extremely coachable. But he also might be the kind of player Boston demands in return to even begin negotiations. Toss in a couple of first-round picks and maybe another rotation piece, and suddenly you're looking at a realistic framework. No one's saying it out loud yet, but the word is that the Lakers are seriously entertaining ways to bring Brown in without gutting their core. The reason? They believe Brown's skill set fits perfectly alongside LeBron and AD. He can slash, he can defend, and most importantly, he doesn't need the ball in his hands 24/7 to be effective. That's exactly the type of player LeBron thrives with. Brown's explosiveness, his mid-range game, and his commitment on defense check every box the Lakers are looking to fill. If the goal is to win now, and let's face it, with LeBron still playing at a high level, that is absolutely the goal. Then Brown might be the final piece. there's also an undeniable buzz surrounding the potential arrival itself. We're talking about Jaylen Brown pulling up in LA. Greeted not just by team officials but possibly by a wave of screaming fans, flashing cameras, and maybe even a custom mural going up in Inglewood before he signs anything. This is Hollywood, after all, where sports meet spectacle. Imagine the announcement video: Jaylen stepping off a private jet, donning a Lakers hoodie. Slow motion walk into the Crypto.com arena. Flashbacks to Celtics moments, and then the dramatic voiceover: a new chapter begins. The Lakers know how to turn a signing into a movie premiere, and Brown, who's never shied away from style or statements, would fit right in, off the court. His fashion sense, activism, and cerebral personality would find a welcoming spotlight in Los Angeles. This isn't just a basketball fit, it's a brand match. Sources close to sneaker circles even suggest a move to LA could result in a signature shoe deal finally being greenlit. The crossover potential is massive. Brown wouldn't just be joining a team, he'd be joining a legacy machine. And every sign points to the Lakers preparing a royal welcome, just in case the ink does dry. Naturally, Celtics fans are torn between disbelief and dread. Losing Jaylen Brown would be nothing short of a seismic shift for Boston. He's not just a co-star to Jason Tatum, he's a cornerstone, the heartbeat of the team's defensive identity, and one of the few players in the league capable of guarding 1 through 4, while still putting up 25 on the other end. But for months, there's been a sense of unease around his future. From cryptic interviews to subtle body language during pressers, Brown has occasionally seemed like a player who's not entirely settled. While he's been loyal, there's always been an air of unfinished business about him, especially when asked about legacy or long-term plans. Some insiders say he's grown weary of being in Tatum's shadow. Others point to contract issues and the constant trade rumors that have swirled around him for years. And now, with the Lakers potentially knocking, it's not crazy to think he's seriously considering a fresh start. A new coast, a new identity, and a new challenge. Celtics Twitter is already on edge, dissecting every whisper, clinging to hope, because if Jaylen really leaves, it's not just a trade, it's the end of an era. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on. From the Lakers' perspective, the allure of Jaylen Brown goes beyond just his stats. Yes, he's an all-star. Yes, he's a consistent 20 points per game scorer. Yes, he can guard the best wings in the league. But more than that, Brown represents versatility, durability, and momentum. He's entering the prime of his career, with playoff experience and a chip on his shoulder the size of Massachusetts. For a team like the Lakers, who often balance legacy with urgency, Brown fits the narrative of being both a now player and a next-era pillar. There's already talk among Lakers insiders about what the rotation would look like: Brown sliding in at the 2 or 3, depending on the matchup, taking pressure off LeBron on both ends, and allowing the offense to flow with multiple ball handlers. What makes this even more enticing is Brown's attitude. He's a grinder. He's respected around the league for his work ethic and intelligence. The Lakers, who have struggled with locker room chemistry in the past, reportedly see Brown as a seamless fit both on and off the court. Combine that with his ability to deliver in big moments, and you start to understand why this rumor isn't just noise. It's beginning to sound like preparation. Financially, the deal wouldn't be easy, but the Lakers have pulled off harder tricks before. The front office has been eerily quiet since the draft, and some believe that's because they're aligning the books behind the scenes. Cap space is tight, but with creative contracts, player options, and possible buyouts, there's room to maneuver. Some analysts believe the Lakers could execute a sign-and-trade that not only lands Brown, but also clears up space for future moves. This isn't just about getting one star. It's about restructuring the team around LeBron's final championship window. And let's not forget Clutch Sports is always lurking in the shadows of Lakers transactions. While Jaylen Brown isn't a Clutch client, that agency's influence in LA is undeniable. There's growing speculation that certain player agents are already discussing hypothetical lineups, rotations, and off-court endorsement setups. In the NBA, when agents get involved, it's usually because smoke is turning to fire, and it doesn't hurt that LA offers the kind of lifestyle and media exposure that can elevate a player's brand to global levels. This rumor might feel like a dream to Lakers Nation right now, but behind closed doors, some say it's already much more than that. There's another layer to all this. LeBron James, the King, might not be orchestrating deals like he did in Miami or early in his Lakers stint, but don't think for a second he's not watching. LeBron has made it clear he wants to contend until the very end. And he's already gone on record saying he's willing to adjust his role if it means more banners. Jaylen Brown could be the perfect transition piece, someone who can take the reins offensively while LeBron conserves energy, but also a player who can learn directly from the GOAT without clashing egos. According to a few plugged-in sources, LeBron and Brown have mutual respect, and there may have already been informal contact between camps, not tampering, per se, but those friendly texts and side conversations that every NBA fan knows happen long before any trade. Could this be LeBron's final masterpiece? Ushering in a new star, mentoring him in the Laker way, and then handing over the crown with one last title together. That's the narrative LA is starting to dream about. If Jaylen does land in Los Angeles, it might be less of a surprise and more of a carefully orchestrated passing of the torch. What would it look like? That's the question fans can't stop asking. The idea of Jaylen Brown in purple and gold is already dominating fan edits and mock lineups online. Imagine opening night Brown standing beside LeBron and AD, announcers losing their minds, fans holding up signs that read LA Brown, a full arena, the lights dim, the intros blasting through the speakers, and Jaylen throwing down a thunderous dunk in the first 2 minutes. It's cinematic. It's classic Lakers, and it's exactly the kind of momentum the franchise thrives on. The optics would be enormous. Ticket sales would spike, media attention would explode, and suddenly, a team that looked like it might fade from the title picture would be right back in the contender conversation. Even neutral fans would have to admit it's a fascinating storyline. East Coast star leaves storied franchise to chase rings out west. It's happened before. It always shakes the league. And while Celtics fans would groan, the rest of the NBA world would watch in awe. The potential is staggering. Jaylen Brown isn't just any player, he's a symbol of the league's present and future. And Los Angeles might just be his next stage. So now we wait. That tense, electric silence before the dominoes fall. No official statements. No leaked photos of meetings, just the steady drumbeat of whispers, tweets, and speculative YouTube videos climbing in views by the hour. Jaylen Brown to the Lakers is not confirmed, not finalized, not even fully acknowledged, but it feels real. It feels like the kind of rumor that's been massaged behind the scenes by people with real power. Executives who don't waste time on fantasy, agents who calculate every move 3 steps ahead, players who know the right questions to ask in private, even while they smile for the cameras in public. And for the fans, this is the sweet spot. That moment where hope, hype, and possibility collide. Maybe it happens tomorrow, maybe next week, maybe never. But right now, the very idea of Jaylen Brown arriving in LA with a celebration, with fireworks, with LeBron waiting at the tunnel entrance, that idea is alive. And as long as it's alive, the NBA world will keep watching, breath held, waiting to see if the rumor becomes reality. Because if it does, this summer won't just be hot, it'll be historic. And Lakers Nation, they're ready for the party. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.